That's right. Now, say my name.
Whoa, hello, and welcome to yet another What the Famicom subsidiary, the OMGame Boy podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, and this is important. Pay attention, folks. Nick Tendo, right here.
And I am another one of your hosts. And again, very important, Dan, aka Dan Tendo.
Did you have to AKA it?
Some people on the street might not know. Some people on the street don't know my name is Dan.
Really? Actually, do you think someone who's listening to this podcast has no idea what your name is?
Like they actually just think it's like all the variations we give.
Yeah, like it's some weird distorted version with WTF in front of it.
They're like, wait a minute, your name is
Is
just three letters?
it's just Dan, like the regular person
Ew.
name?
Like they're
That's
disgusted
disgusting.
that it's like they're finding out like some racist thing about me. Like, oh my
I'm gonna
God.
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm burning my What the Famicom hat.
Yeah. Well, today's episode, the little mini, is going to get us through a couple of really important things. Names. We all have
Names.
names,
My
right?
my mom, my dad gave it to me
Oh
after
my
my
God.
dad went in my mom.
Oh my God,
I didn't
dude.
want to
That's
get that.
crazy.
I stopped. I slowed down. I didn't
I
want to get
know.
that detailed.
Yeah, I know. He already did.
Did you know? You know how babies are born,
I don't know how they're made.
but you know how they're named.
I do know how they're named. Would you claim that I put my name in everything? Is that you've brought this up in an episode?
That you put your name in everything.
Yeah, my dog,
I
my
would
son.
think, oh, it's a
Yeah.
psychotic thing. If anyone
Yep,
doesn't
there you
know, if
go.
anyone's new to the podcast,
Yep.
welcome first. This is a crazy episode to get started on, but
Yeah.
also a really good one because it's kind of like going over the host, us. So Nick and his family are psychos.
Okay, because they all have
Because
the
it
same
all
letter.
starts, they all have their names all start with the letter N. So I'm not
Hmm.
going to say all their names, but his is Nick, and all of his sisters and his parents all start with the letter N. So just think of
And
any
go ahead.
variation, and his
Go ahead.
dogs,
And the dogs.
and
Every
dogs
dog.
growing up. So when he became an adult,
Hmm.
he named his dogs. Oh wait, no, his son also has his name in there.
I know. It's so
And
yeah.
I said, "Hey, do you not realize that?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize." I'm like, "You're a fucking psycho." And
Uh-huh.
then when they got their dog, I'll dox your dog at least.
Go ahead, dox him.
His dog's name is Phoenix, but not like the bird Phoenix, like some
Uh-huh.
like call it Gears of War Phoenix,
Gears of War Phoenix, yes.
Fenix.
Yep.
And when he told me the name of the dog, I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he said, "What?" I'm like, "Your name is in there, Nick, even though there's an X.
It's
Your
it's a
name is in there,
coincidence.
you psycho."
It's strictly a coincidence. There's nothing about me that likes.
I
I
do not
don't even
believe
like.
any of that.
I don't even like to look at videos of myself having sex.
But you say that like your whole family has ends and you put your name and stuff. I feel like I put my name in words like
Okay.
like Dantastrophe. What did I say?
You just said one
I just said a
recently.
word like last night, but I put
I
Dan in front of it and I'm like, what do you
yeah.
think of that?
I hated it.
So you literally do it maybe subconsciously. I do
Uh-huh.
it consciously.
Yeah.
And then
I
I
wish
try
I
to make
saw
them a
it.
thing. So anyway, like Nick was saying, this is very important. It's about names. I'm not sure the name of this episode, but maybe it's New Name Plus,
Okay, that's a pretty
New
good one.
Name Game Plus,
I can't find
some
it as
variation of
McCoy
that.
though.
Originally, this episode was called EW, like instead of new EW,
Yeah.
EU Game Plus.
Ew, Game Plus. Like ew.
Yeah, like that would have been a good one, but I
Okay.
don't really know what it was going to be about.
I don't know.
But tell them what we did.
So went up and looked up the other person's name and tried to find every video game character that was that person. So I
Mhm.
was up looking up all the Dans in video games, and I was gonna try and find some real, hard to find ones, and
And
But
I was
anyway,
looking up characters named Nick, Nicholas, or Nikki.
yep.
And when we're done listing them, Nick has to choose one life to live of one of these characters. Like you can no longer be the Nick you know now.
Yeah, I
That
have to
that Nick is
become.
dead.
Okay.
You have to switch to one of these characters I name. So I'll let you go first.
All right. I didn't find anything good. Dan Hauser. Do you know who that is?
Absolutely no clue.
You shouldn't. He's the co-founder of Rockstar. So he's not
Oh
even in
shit.
the games. He helped make it.
Really good,
Um,
actually.
yeah. Dan Forden. You know that one?
Dan Forden. That sounds
He's
familiar, actually.
he's a designer and sound programmer for Mortal Kombat,
Oh, he's the
and
guy
he's
that's
known for
toasty.
his Easter eggs,
He's
like
Toasty Man.
Toasty. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Um, the guy who voices Virgil in Devil May Cry is named Dan, so that
So
counted.
you picked real world people.
No, it was harder to find video game
Okay,
characters.
okay.
So the last one actually is Sir Daniel Fortesque. Do you know who that is?
Yes, medieval.
Yeah, medieval, dude. Look
Yeah,
at
he's
you.
just a
Good
fucking
job.
he's just like a skull.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's
He's all
a
fucked up.
skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Um, the guy who wrote the Mafia series is Dan, but who cares? What was the next page? Let me find the other one. Dan the Man? Did you recognize that name?
No.
It's a mobile beat 'em up thing by Half Brick Studios. They're the ones that did like the Jet game. There's a couple other games
What's
that
the jet game?
they you control a jetpack and the screen gets faster and
I don't play
faster and
mobile
faster.
games, dude.
Okay, dude.
I can
Well,
afford real game systems like a PS4.
I was gonna say like a PS4 that explodes when you play games in it. Did you know this one? Dan Hibiki? Hibiki? He's a Street Fighter
Again, these
character.
names are sounding familiar.
Oh, it starts with Dan. Maybe that's where you're
Yeah.
really making the
Probably like, I
connection.
know him.
He is Street Fighter guy. They
Oh, he's a
introduced him
character
later.
in Street Fighter?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's
Um,
that maybe he's that picture of every time I send you that picture it says Dan wins.
and it's is it pink?
Yes.
Yeah, that's him
Oh
then.
wow,
Yeah,
I had no clue.
there you go.
All right.
His signature traits are over-the-top poses, weak signature moves, and a failing martial arts dojo. That does sound
Literally, I
familiar.
went to one martial arts class when I was 8 and didn't go to a second one.
I
I'm
starting to
literally
think
have
I
more
know
in
who
common with the
you
Street Fighter
are.
character than anything.
Yeah, and you wear pink kimono?
I have pink dress shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, pink gi. I think that's actually what it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see if I sent any. Danny Fenton, Danny Phantom. I don't know if you recognize the Danny Phantom
Dan and
series. I don't
Phantom,
even
is
know
that
what
a
it is.
car? That's like a cartoon kids
I
show.
guess I don't know. Maybe it was a kid's show and it wasn't actually giving me
Okay.
a playable character in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Okay, that's where.
Okay.
And you love
I tried
Texas
that
Chainsaw.
game. That was a online only game.
Okay.
You play as it's like Dead by Daylight.
Oh, okay.
So it was exactly like that. And I'm like, I was like, this kind of sucks.
All right. Well,
I don't
fine,
really
dude.
like the Dead by Daylight games.
All right. Well, I think I found the one that's for you, and
Okay.
we're gonna have to stick with that because the rest was like a weak showing. And looked up Daniels, I looked up
I
Dan's,
really
and
expected because I didn't look up
I
my own name, so I really
yeah.
expected there to be way more.
Sorry, dude. Apparently not. It's too normal a name.
So I have to pick one.
Yeah. I already know who it is.
It's the last one. Or
Yeah.
actually, it's a tie, maybe. It's a tie between Toasty Guy
Okay.
and the last Street Fighter character.
Okay.
Because the
Yeah.
Toasty Guy, I mean, the Toasty Guy is real. He can go to Comic Cons and sign autographs, and constantly everyone knows him. And he has podcast episodes dedicated about him.
Okay. That's
The
okay.
other guy's a character in a game, even though I have a lot in common with him.
Okay.
I don't want to be a loser in a video game as well.
Okay. I mean, you kind of are a video game in a loser world.
Like right now.
Yeah. In real
Okay.
life.
I'll go with the last guy. I'll go with the Street Fighter guy.
Okay. That's fair.
Is he
That's
in
who
the
you
new
are.
Street Fighter movie? Who knows?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. He's gonna be wearing his pink gi. He's gonna be. Everyone hates him. He's gonna have a podcast now.
Oh my God, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Um.
All right. Do you have any more? Is there an honorable mention?
No, there's something really weird about this dude, though. It does remind me of you even
Please
more
don't
now.
say that like he said a slur or he's like a pedo or
No,
something.
no. Thanks to someone's tips, Dan is inspired by the sex of the latter's Blanca Chan dolls and attempts to become popular by creating his own variant called Sakio Boy dolls. So you make Sakio Boy dolls,
Okay.
which is fascinating. I don't know what you're doing with them, why you're making them, but
I mean,
sounds
I
like
have to
you.
live in, I have to, starting today at the end,
Hmm.
by midnight tonight, I have to switch over to doing that.
You have to start doing
This is like
everything.
Cinderella, like when the clock
Yeah.
strikes whatever, like,
Yep, it's striking whatever. It's striking you hard. All right,
yeah. So I
good.
have to turn into this guy. What's his last name? Dan what?
Hikio? I
I'm
left
Dan
the
Hikio
page.
now. Dan
Oh,
Hikio
crap.
Tendo.
Okay, cool.
Dan
Dan
Hick
Hikio Tendo.
Dan Hikio
Tendo.
Tendo. That's my official legal name now.
Legally changed.
All right. Well, we'll see what you have to legally change
Hibiki.
your name to. Hideki. Okay.
Hibiki.
Um, so I found a bunch of nicks.
Uh-huh.
Way less than I thought, but still a good amount.
Okay.
So the first one is Nicholas Ramos, aka
Hmm.
Nick from Dead Rising 3.
Oh yeah, the main guy from Dead Rising. I
He's like a
forgot that.
former criminal. He's like a mechanic. His weapon of choice was something like something Saw. I forget what it was, but
Oh, weird. I'm
to
thinking of a
me,
different
he's
guy.
like the least memorable one because I think
Yeah,
one
I
of them
thought he
was
was
like
the
a
main guy.
yeah,
No,
like I
it's
think
not
the
the
second
journalist
one
dude.
had like the first one was the photographer guy.
Yeah, the photographer guy, the journalist.
Second
That's
one was
what I
like
was
a
thinking of.
motocross stuntman, and this
Uh-huh.
guy just like is a generic guy.
Let's see.
Second one, Nick Valentine. Maybe you remember Nick
Oh,
Valentine?
okay. I vaguely remember Nick Valentine. I know him
He's like
from
a
the name,
private
but
detective in Fallout 4.
okay.
but he's a synthetic, so he's a robot.
That
But
sounds like me also.
but his personality and aesthetic is a private detective, and he has no penis.
Okay, that's
That's important.
fair. That's important.
Another one is Nick Carlisle from a video game called Lollipop Chainsaw. It was a game created by James Gunn, our buddy James Gunn.
Our friend.
But in it, you play the main character's boyfriend, but he gets his head chopped off at the very beginning, so he's just a
Okay.
head. No
The head
penis.
still talks?
Yeah, but no penis, remember.
Okay.
Nick from Left 4 Dead 2. Do you remember a guy who's like in a white suit? I don't
No.
remember the last time he played that, so
I actually played Left 4 Dead 2 recently.
if you look it up, you might recognize him.
Yeah.
He's kind of like arrogant,
The
but
penis. He better
the
have
one
a
fun
penis.
fact about him is after hearing the sound of a witch crying in that game, Nick will sometimes say, "That sounds like my ex-wife."
It's pretty good.
And you
It's
have a
pr-
lot of exes, so I hear
Yeah.
that I can understand you saying that.
Yeah, I could say that.
I've heard some of your exes, the noises they made.
I I record it. It's
I've been
at
in the
zoo.
closet sometimes when you've been with women.
Yeah,
Actually, I gotta cut that
still
part
in the
out.
closet.
Yes,
He's still in the closet.
yeah, I am. The next one is Nico Bellic. Nico is a variation of Nick.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
GTA 4, the main character. I forget what country he's from. This is not racist. I just don't know what countries he's from. Eastern Europe. Is he a made-up Eastern European country?
Yeah, I don't remember if they say he's from Russia or anything like
But
that.
I know like the whole thing is like people kind of hound him for a question about his immigration status. So if ICE might be after you if you choose him.
That's fair.
And then the final one, which I think is actually you,
Okay.
Nikki Roth, the main character from Hello Neighbor, the main kid.
The kid. Okay.
So he dresses and looks exactly like you. Look him up right now. We're gonna look him up
right now.
live,
Yeah, okay.
and I want Nick to see that's how he dresses in my eyes.
So I have a green hat
Yeah.
with like maybe a propeller on top.
Uh-huh.
T-shirt,
Yeah.
shorts,
Yeah.
sneakers.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes spiky hair.
And you sometimes,
Okay, always. That's fair.
and he gets molested by an older guy.
And gets molested by a next door neighbor or someone.
So I mean, 95%
win-win.
of the first thing was you, and then the last 5% was that last thing.
Yeah, I think that sounds like it could be me. It's pretty good.
So you have
Good
to
spread.
choose one to live for the rest of your life. Remember, when the
Uh,
clock strikes midnight on the day this is
yeah,
is it the day this is recorded or released? Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It's gonna happen.
Magic.
I think I'd do pretty good as a Left 4 Dead guy, just because like you know what I mean. I like being a little bit more of an adult than a kid.
Uh-huh.
Does have a dick. White suit.
I
kind
mean,
of
that is
hilarious.
important. I'm glad you pointed out the
I
important
know.
thing. Yeah.
I know.
I actually
White
don't
suit,
know if Nico
ex-wife
Belloc
jokes?
or Nikki Roth the kid have dicks, so I
I
couldn't
don't
get
know.
that information.
And I'm not gonna check. You should Google it.
I can't.
Yeah.
Verizon would come after me.
The name's Nick, but don't worry about learning it because I ain't sticking around for long introducing myself.
So you have to live. So you're picking the Left 4 Dead guy. You have to live in a hellscape of a zombie apocalypse.
I mean, that's not that much different than regular everyday life for most people.
Yeah. Welcome to America. Am I right?
Political much.
Yeah. We don't like to go political, but like, welcome to fucking America. So I am Dan Hibicki.
Yep.
I hope I got that name right.
Yeah. you
I
did.
have a lot of qualities like him. And you are Nick. Does he have a last? I don't
It
remember
didn't
getting his
say
last
it
name.
here. No, just Nick from Left
So
4
you
Dead
were in a
too.
zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been a real treat. I mean, I guess we can't do the podcast anymore. This is probably the last episode.
We're gonna have to change our identities and go through life a bit differently than we've been doing right now.
If I'm with anyone right now, I apologize. Like I can't be with you anymore. If you're with anyone right now,
If I was with anyone, I apologize.
yeah, he no longer can be with them.
I can't legally.
Yeah. So this is Dan Hibicki signing off. I guess we can give a hint for our next episode.
Yeah. This is Nick from Left 4 Dead giving a hint also.
Well,
Like
I guess the only
flat
hint we can
tone.
give is Christmas.
Okay. Holy Christmas.
Holy Christmas. The guy's
Yeah,
not even
that's what I
fucking
said.
religious. He says holy.
That's what I
You're making this a
fucking said.
religious podcast now?
That's what it is from now on.
Okay.
Yo, I guarantee everyone listening has no idea who got better grades in religion.
You already brought this up in an episode.
Yeah, I know, I did.
And I said it was because you sucked God's dick.
God's dick. That's right.
Yeah.
Not Jesus's.
Nah, bearded God. Like cliche looking God.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You ever see one of those Star Treks where God visits them?
Star Trek?
Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier?
Yeah, the Wookiees and the lightsabers.
I can't
I know.
even with this fucking guy. That's not Star Trek. This episode is over.
I love the troll that way. That's so good.
All right, well, game over, folks. We'll see you next episode, our annual Christmas episode. I mean, if we even do it,
If we're alive,
if we're alive, because we're new people now.
I'm different. I'm gonna tell you about my ex-wife.
That actually was like a real sincere and insane wording. We're different.
Yeah. Yeah, we're different now.
All right, folks. Game over. Oh, I'm Game Boy.
Oh, I'm Game Boy. See us.
See ya.